Well, the most common looking nervous system that Dr. Christy and I are laying our hands on right now is one that is overwhelmed, stressed, frazzled, and in full fight-flight mode. We humans are really in a pickle right now. The combination of uncertainty, along with our safety and security being challenged as the goalposts are moved daily, we don't like too much of this for too long. And it has been a long time. Long enough to start creating some serious health conditions coming through our offices. So, why are we feeling so run down, frazzled, anxious, and exhausted right now? Well, this is the first point we want to address in our series: your nervous system. There is no point in taking supplements to support your body through this pandemic if you are so stressed that you are bombarding your body with toxic messages every minute. And let's be honest, this is the hardest part of self-care for most of us. No one really teaches us how to deal with our stress and our feelings much beyond, oh, you'll be right, or get over it, or take a concrete pill. Such the Kiwi attitude. So let's take this time to address our headspace first. And your headspace is ruled by many things, but your nervous system is a huge factor. When we get stuck in this fight-flight response, we lose control of our headspace. So what does this fight-flight mean? Well, you know when you get a sudden fright, or you know you've got that important presentation or exam in 5 minutes. Well, fight-flight is that feeling of nervous energy and adrenaline pumping through your body. This is a combination of the stimulating portion of your nervous system working overtime and your adrenal gland stress response. Great if you need to suddenly run fast, lift something heavy, or need ultimate mental focus. When this happens suddenly or for a short period of time, we notice that nauseating feeling of nervous energy and look forward to it ending. But when we are full of it over an extended period of time, we stop noticing it as an abnormal feeling. It starts to become our normal, and we can become constantly jittery, anxious, and jumpy. Not only this, but when we stay in this state for too long, other changes start to occur. Because of the adjustments that being in fight-flight creates in your body in order to keep you safe, over a long period of time, your body starts to function in a new way. This sets us up for depression, weight gain, headaches, pain and tension, digestive problems, sleep trouble, poor memory, difficulty concentrating, high blood pressure, cold clammy hands, tremors, panic attacks, obsessive behaviour. There's a really long list of changes the body makes, many of which I bet you can relate to. Most importantly though, right now, long-term fight-flight dampens your immune response and creates inflammation. Both things that we don't want when strengthening ourselves through this pandemic. The most important thing you can do to reset your nervous system from fight-flight is to get a chiropractic adjustment. Now, an adjustment resets you back to neutral and gives you a clean slate upon which to create new habits. Really important, and this is why we start every appointment at the healing room like this. Now, there are also 2 simple techniques that you can do on a daily basis to change your headspace and therefore change the messages bombarding your nervous system. And you can do them once to feel instant change, or to make deep and lasting change. You can do them regularly. Remember, you can't just go for one run and become fit. It is the regularity of your workouts, whether of your body or your mind, that boost your overall fitness. Daily practice of these 2 simple techniques will change the way your body operates and reassure your cells that there is nothing threatening to respond to. So I'm going to call them release and replace. So release is letting go of the stress, the emotions, the internal dialogue, the constant chitter-chatter going around and around that head. Replace is the process of filling up your body with new feelings that leave you with a calm, energetic, and strong headspace. So I'll take you through these processes and do them with you, but remember, this is the hardest part for most of us. That's why I'm tackling this first. And you do need to practice doing this often, or else you won't enjoy the enormous benefits that nourishing yourself this way brings. And remember also, stress isn't the same for all of us. I talk about this chitter-chatter in your head going on, but for a lot of people, they tell me they're not feeling stressed. But for some of us who might feel quite calm most of the time, and then when things just get too much, we just explode. And it's this anger and this aggro that we can't contain. That's how we control our stress. And for others of us, we carry our stress really physically. So we might not feel it in our mental space, but it's actually the tension and the aches and pains that we carry, that we know we're carrying the weight of the world within us. So however you carry your stress, these techniques are still for you. So let me take you through. So the first thing I want you to do, because for most of us, our head is in a million different places at once. Even now you're probably thinking, shoot, I've got the dinner on, I haven't done such and such for the kids or for my partner or for the dog or the cat. Come back to now. We don't do this often. We need to be present, we need to be in our body, we need to be grounded right into this moment. So put your feet onto the floor and just feel what's beneath your feet. Close your eyes and wriggle your toes and feel the carpet or the tiles or the lino, whatever's underneath your feet, and just become aware of that. And even just give your calves or your feet or your thighs just a bit of a rub, just to bring your awareness of your body back down into you. You can even come up your body into your arms and your shoulders, even your face, and just get yourself back into now. Because there's no point in trying to deal with something that's not you right here and now. The other thing that brings you back into the moment is just some deep breaths. So take a deep breath in through your nose, right down into your belly. Just pause at the top for 2 seconds and then slowly let it go again. And breathing through your nose is a really important part of down regulating your body, because it's the mouth breathing that tells your body it's in fight flight, and the out breath is a really important part of being able to settle down your nervous system, because if you're in fight flight or running from a monster, you're not going to have time to be doing the out breath. So nice long out breath and breath in through your nose. So once you're present, this first release aspect technique that I'm going to teach you is actually called the FAST technique. So this is through the Neuro Emotional Technique Association, and FAST stands for the First Aid Stress Technique. So Dr. Christie has done a video on this before, so you can go back through our videos and have a look at that, but I'm just going to take you through it right now. So it's about using your pulse points on your wrists and connecting with your emotional stress receptor points on your forehead, which are right on the brow here between your eyebrows. It's about connecting those to release any stresses or emotions that you're feeling. So just close your eyes right now that you're back in touch with your body, and I want you to feel what your biggest worry is, what your biggest stress is, what's just on your mind right now. And for me, it's just a bit of overwhelm, just so many things to do. I mean, it's Christmas coming up. It's a pretty common one, but for you, just if it's anger, if it's sadness, if it's worry, whatever it might be, if it's just totally just I have no feelings, that's also an emotion that's worthy of. So I just want you to take that emotion and just let yourself feel it. And it's that emotion that we're just going to give your body a chance to process and to release. So what we're going to do is we're going to use your wrists, and you're going to take one hand and wrap it round so that your fingers on the other side are going to go into certain points down your wrist. So there's a wee bone here that's at the end of the bone that comes up here, and you can just see it poking out there. And so your ring finger's just going to just jump on the inside of that. And then just leave a small space below and above and put your other 2 fingers, and then just bring the other one up onto the thumb. Okay? But you're going to do that wrapped around this way. And once you've got it wrapped on, you're going to put your hand on your forehead and just bring your head down and close your eyes. And just take some more of those deep breaths and just focus on that emotion. So if it's overwhelm, if you're with me on the overwhelm, I want you just to not think about that. I want you to feel that emotion, which is quite different. If it feels like physical tension in your shoulders or in your low back or a headache, then feel into that. If it feels like a whole lot of emotion, if it feels like tears, if it feels like a scream, if it feels like a yell, just whatever you need to do to get that out of your body, just let it happen. And if you don't notice much at all, just take some slow deep breaths and let the process just work. And just keep on focusing on that emotion that you're feeling. And just let the emotion get bigger and bigger. It might really overwhelm you for the first few moments, but just stick with it. And you'll feel it start to dissipate over the other side. And when you do, swap hands. So wrap those hands back around again. Your ring finger, your fourth finger, it goes around, wrapped around that little bone. And spread the other fingers out. Index finger onto the thumb. And other hand on your forehead. And drop your head forward. And just come back to feeling that emotion. Let it build up. Let it just take over. Let yourself feel physically what it does to your head, what it does to your heart, what it does to your whole world right now. As it starts to just trickle out and become less and less, I want you to visualize and imagine it just literally running out of your body, down through your feet, out into the ground, right down back into the earth. Just imagine it trickling out of your body. It's a great visual way of just releasing safely down into the earth. And when you feel like you've released some of your emotions, just take your hands down. So that's the release part. And some days I barely feel anything. I can't really connect with it. Other days I'll just sit there sobbing. So you just trust that what happens is what's meant to happen. So now just reconnect back with your body. Make sure you just give yourself a little rub. Make sure you haven't disappeared anywhere. It can be scary stuff, addressing these emotions. And the next thing we're going to do is to replace. So this is the bit that's important, because a lot of us are just feeling empty and kind of purposeless and without any goals at the moment. And it's hard because we don't know where we're headed, and we don't like not knowing where we're headed. But I just want you to close your eyes for this bit. And I want you just to imagine what it is that you would love for your life to be like. Because we spend so much time thinking about what we do not want, what we do not like, how horrible this feels. But sometimes we just forget about what it is that we're looking for. We forget to attract and to manifest what it is that we desire. And oh my goodness, how often does someone ask you this and you just don't even know what it is that you really want? You haven't even thought about it. So to start with, you might just sit there blank, but as you do this each day, the picture will start to become bigger and bigger. And a lot of us are saying we just want it to go back to normal, but I don't actually think we do. The way that we were was still stressed, was still anxious, we were still worried about stuff, money was still hard, everything was still difficult. So I want you to just dream up, and for some of you who are dreamers, this will be easy. For others, this will be ridiculous. But I want you to dream about what life would be like for you to truly be happy, for you to truly be content, and for you to fully be able to love your life, love who you are, love the people around you. I want you to dare to imagine and feel what it would be like just experiencing this life. So if it's just a simple life where you're not having to stress, where you're not having to rush, where the food's all on the table, where you don't have to worry about finances, where there's nothing threatening you, if that's as much as you can get, just go for it. If you can picture people you want to be in your life, if you can picture new ventures that you'd love to do if you didn't have any fear, go ahead and dream up those. and just dream and dream and dream. Make that picture become bigger and bigger. And then I just want you to put your hands over your heart, just over the middle of your chest, don't worry where. And I just want you to capture that feeling. Like, what does it really feel like to feel happy? Just feel how that takes away all the fluster. It brings back that calm. It gives you energy. You know, that exhaustion that you feel is sometimes just a lack of joy. And just feel what that love feels like. You can actually start to love being who you are. Start loving yourself. Start loving your life when you're happy and things are actually in alignment and you are doing what you want to be doing. And that is, you know, plain and simple what it is we need right now. So open your eyes when you're ready. And just take a couple of deep breaths and just let yourself feel what this new, calm, strong, energized feeling is. And if it's only a 1% change, I don't care. That's better. And just bring yourself back into now. Feel the earth beneath your feet. You might even want to go outside and put your bare feet into the grass. That's showing up for a lot of people at the moment. We're so ungrounded. We're so unconnected with nature, with the earth. And that's what helps to just bring us back down from this fight flight as well. So go, take your shoes off, walk outside in the grass or the mud or whatever you've got that's close to nature. And just really work over the next couple of weeks on bringing your nervous system down, which then in turn is supporting your immune system and supporting your overall true wellness through this pandemic. Thanks for listening, everybody.